All right, so this is my final speech on how to make a good speech based off of what we learned in this class. Okay, so first, one of the most important things I think is to introduce yourself. Now, this section includes things as in getting to know your audience, how you present your speech. It's very important to keep in mind who your audience is going to be. That way you can use the type of talk or the type of interesting topic that you could think of. That way your audience really connects with you and they're able to connect with you through more than just listening to your speech. You can be more casual if you're talking to your classmates, while you want to be, for example, of course, a little bit more professional if you're making a speech specifically for your professors. Now, the second most important thing, I think, is to have a great topic. This is including in the opening statement. You want to start with something powerful. You want to catch your audience's attention. This could be something such as a surprising statement, maybe something that people haven't heard before or hear often. You could do a famous quote, or maybe a famous quote from any of your favorite readers, and make sure it ties, of course, into your speech. Third most important thing is the body of your speech. You want your speech to be structured. You want it to be able to split it into parts. That way there's a clear introduction, a clear body, and a clear conclusion. That way your audience can connect with you a little bit better because they understand the point you're trying to get across rather than standing up in front of them and rambling on about a topic. The structure of your speech is probably one of the most important parts of your speech, and this should be the time which you spend the most time on. And then the next most important thing, I think, for your speech, based on what we've learned in this class, would be your opinion. Now, there are some speeches, of course, such as informational speeches, where your opinion isn't quite necessary. But giving your opinion, or at least relaying it through the information that you're giving, lets your audience get to know you a little bit better. That way you're not just reading off of a screen, or you sound like a textbook. You want to be able to connect with them on a different level. And that would be through giving your opinion. Now, the last thing that I think would be important in your speech based off of what we've learned is how you present yourself. This is how you talk, your language. You need to use emotional language. For example, if you're talking about something solemn, or if you're talking about something sad, when you're giving, say, a special occasion speech, whether it be a eulogy, you need to use expressive tones, the way you use your voice. It needs to showcase what you're talking about. Nobody wants you to stand up in front of them and talk monotone for 3 minutes. It'll be the longest 3 minutes they've ever sat through. So you want to really show your audience what you're feeling through the words that you're speaking and through the way that you're saying them. Another example for this, of course, is if you're giving something, some congratulation speech, say through a speech at a wedding or some sort of ceremony. You want to act the words that you're saying. This is, of course, is truly important. Say you're at a wedding, you don't want to go up in front of people and talk monotone as if it's the worst day of your life, because that your tone when you're giving a speech sets the mood of the audience that's listening. And I think it's also very important that you don't overdo it. Nobody wants to listen to somebody that's standing up there in front of them and going on and on and on in very expressive language, because then it gets overwhelming. And then people look at one another like, what is this girl talking about? And you don't want things like that. So I think that would be the last important point in giving a good speech. So to wrap this all up, of course, I think The most important things in a speech are introducing yourself, making a great opening, the structure of your speech, and the way that you talk through your speech. Also including your opinion if you're giving that type of speech. Okay, thank you.